One, two, is this on?
And we're back to recap all things SummerSlam. And listen, I am not going to be a bitter ex-champion. After all, what's fair is fair. And Damascus Dez won SummerSlam fair by a score of 8-6 to 6. We are going to go through all 12. I said all 12 matches, 6 on night 1, 6 on night 2. Let's get to it. Night 1 kicked us off with Liv Morgan against Io Sky. Of course, Booch, if you were keeping track, you remember that I was the only one that selected Liv Morgan to win, and indeed, it came to pass. Booch, before we hit record, you had a couple thoughts about this match as it opened up night one of SummerSlam.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it goes back to what I was saying before. Obviously, Des and I picked Io Sky because that seemed like the logical choice. Because like I said, they came down to the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament, which, as I said many, many times before, was poorly booked. And then Io Sky wins the Queen of the Ring. So it's like, sweet, okay, we got something. We thought they were going one way. They bring in they go the other way with Liv Morgan. So we're like, fucking great. So like I said, at least if Io Sky could win this match, we could get something good out of this. There could be a light at the end of the tunnel. But if Liv Morgan won, then the whole thing would have been a waste of time because you had a world champion in a tournament she didn't need to be in, go all the way to the finals, and then we have this title match only to see the fuckery take place. Now, I didn't see most of the match because Elvis went out to get pizza and no one knew how to get ESPN on his TV because he had so many weird fucking like input buttons and shit. So I missed half the match anyway. But even if I did, I would have been like, Liv won. So like wasting my time. But you guys can talk about it.
I mean, Des, I don't know about you. I loved your thoughts on this, but I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a good match. There were several times where it could have gone either way, and for a minute, I was like, oh boy, I'm taking the L. I'm going down 0-1. As it turns out, I ended up going up 1-0. Obviously, fast start, slow finish. I already kind of blew the ending there because I, as well as Booch, lost by two whole matches. Des, your thoughts on this match? I mean, did it meet your expectations at least?
The quality of the match was actually really good. That is the first thing I'm going to say about this because it would 100%. These girls put on a great match. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. I agree with Vinny on the sake that the match probably shouldn't have happened in the first place. Liv Morgan should have never been in the tournament, and then Io Sky winning, and then going against Liv again. I don't understand why they did it that way. This Liv Morgan Io Sky rivalry is done. I mean, nobody here is really wants to see more of it. And that's coming from somebody who I like both Liv Morgan and Io Sky. But it's just time for this rivalry to be done with, and hopefully it is. But it's like we could have had something more come out of it. I understand that Liv Morgan is popular and Liv Morgan is there, but there are better options for the women's world champion right now than Liv Morgan, and I think WWE kind of dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time, that's for sure. But like I said, this led into match two. We'll go by order of the way things actually went down instead of the order of our initial predictions. Match two is a six-man tag team match. L.A. Knight, along with Solo Sikoa and Royce Keys, defeating the Bloodline. Taking a look back here, it looked like Booch, you and I both selected the Bloodline, and Dez went out on a limb and selected the winning team. Dez, when you saw this match, what were your thoughts as you were watching it? I mean, again, that not to sound kind of trite here, but a lot of these matches, they had me in that willing suspension of disbelief. I had no idea, Even honestly, for a second with the Gunther Aldis match, like for a second, not for a long time, but for a second, I was like, oh boy, here we go. And then how Gunther somehow got shoved into that match with Sami's. We'll get to that, but okay. Your thoughts on this match, Damascus Dez?
This match was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I feel like every time we've seen the Bloodline get in a tag team group match, go against the good guys that don't make any sense together, the good guys get the win. I said it when we did the predictions, and I'm saying it again now. It's a repeat process here. And once again, the best part about this whole thing is that LA Knight got the pin.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. And it's so overdue. And finally, I think that creative in Stanford is getting the hint. Booch, your thoughts on this?
I loved it. Again, sad I didn't get the point, but if I take that out of the equation, just look at the match, it was well done. I'm gonna say, first off, welcome to the WWE, Royce Keys. Yes, LA Knight got the pin, but I think Royce Keys was the standout in this. I think the Power Slam needs to be his finisher in some way. I have the best Power Slams I've seen in a long time. And this comes from somebody who's been watching a lot of classic wrestling lately to get ready for some classic pay-per-views. So I've been seeing quite a lot of Power Slams, multiple, from a lot of guys. Royce Keys has the best Power Slam I've seen in a long time.
I got to stop you there and disagree. I saw the best body slam / power slam I've ever seen when JD McDonough took one of the Minihausens and literally I felt bad for the guy. He hurt his knee. How do you hurt your knee getting by? You know he hit hard. He hit so hard. And then that choke slam. I mean, sorry, but that was brutal.
Okay, well, we can get to that later. Now I think insulting Royce Keys like that was disrespectful. But what I'm saying is, like, that power slam off the top was so impressive. Like, every time this man hits a power slam, there's only one man in wrestling that hits a power slam smoother than Royce Keys, and that man is Randy Orton. So you can't top Orton's, but since Orton's not a full-time guy, I think Royce Keys needs to make the power slam some type of finisher for him. He's that damn good.
Well, also, Royce Keys does a running power slam, whereas Randy Orton does a snap power slam. It's a very big difference.
Yes, but I'm talking about there was a snap power slam like off the top rope is what I'm referring to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
is that what makes it?
I get what you mean. But yeah, so it was very smooth and well done. LA Knight getting the pin was great, but now here's the thing about it though. Is Triple H finally seeing the light, or is he trying to give us all false hope to kind of shut us up? That's where I'm kind of like, it's like one of those things. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. I don't know. I'm a skeptic at heart. I've been burned a lot, so
maybe he's testing.
Hey, that skepticism has won me a lot of points because I would go against you.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you know what? It's an evil tactic, but I respect it. You know?
Maybe they're testing the waters.
Evil tactic, but I respect it.
You know, they're probably testing the waters to see the reaction, to see how he gets over, to see what the talk on Twitter is. You know, they measure all these things, man, and obviously it goes back to this, right? Is he marketable? Is he? Because listen, you already got one big brother. You got Obafemi. Can you do the same thing with Royce Keys? Let's be honest. Like, is there room for that? So
how do we get on Royce? How do we get on Royce Keys? We were talking about LA Knight.
Yo, he was talking about how Royce Keys stole the show. Like,
no. We were talking about LA Knight and the pinfall, and I said, are they finally seeing the light with LA Knight, or is Triple H giving us false hope?
Oh, I thought you were still on the Royce Keys train.
I went to LA Knight getting the pin, and I'm saying, are they giving us false hope with LA Knight, or is Triple H just kind of doing this to kind of shut everybody up when it's like, you're not pushing him. Oh, but he got a pin in a tag match, like. And they're going to be like, you know what we mean, dude.
Well, look how long it took Chad Gable to get the Intercontinental Championship. So if that's the going rate, get ready for a long wait.
And Chad Gable is a lot younger than LA Knight.
Oh, yeah. What is he, 42, 43? LA Knight?
Something like that.
Yeah,
45 maybe? He's one of the old heads, man. I think somebody on the show brought it up when we recorded the SummerSlam.
He's 43.
43. He's getting up there. I mean, listen, Randy Orton's no spring chicken. Either is Roman Reigns. Either is CM Punk.
Randy Orton learned at a young age that if he maintains a a low impact wrestling style, he can wrestle a lot longer.
And Chad Gable's only 40, so he ain't that young.
Okay,
He
I
looks
thought he was.
great.
I thought he was in his mid-30s. Shit.
No.
Yeah, he looks young. He looks young. Do you see him and his family out there? That was a great moment. Really
Well,
cool.
he's also Chad Gable was also in WWE a lot longer.
Yeah.
LA Knight made his name in TNA more than anything.
Yeah.
Well, before we go completely off the rails, let's get back to it. Cool match, points wise. After that, looked like I was down. I was only had 1 point. Booch,
Had
you
nothing.
only had what, 0 points at that point,
I had
right?
nothing. I had nothing. I was sitting here going, "You got to be effing kidding me."
I wish I'd seen your
I was like,
face. That
"You
would
got
have
to be
been
kidding me.
beautiful.
You got to be kidding me right now." Oh, and
And then
Oh,
then
Desmond,
I sent Vinny a message at one point saying that later in night one, I was like, well, shit, Wens is killing it night one.
yeah, would it last? Nope. Gunther, we all, I think, let me go back here. Actually, Desmond, you selected Nick Aldis.
I did.
Um, thoughts?
I thought it was going to happen. And the match made it look that way too. I
Yeah, it
mean,
did.
legitimately, we all got to see what Nick Aldis can do, and I am more than anything I am mad that when Nick Aldis handed in his resignation, that Triple H told him no. I said I think it would have been better if he would have said, "All right, you're right. I'll take this resignation and then offer you this and hand him a contract to be a WWE superstar."
Hmm.
That's what I wanted. I want to see Nick Aldis as a full-time competitor. But
Well, he got his full-time stature as SmackDown GM back, so
yeah.
right? So, they're probably taking some heat off there. He'll be a once in
Well,
a whiler competitor, you know.
there's definitely going to be room for him to fight again
Yeah,
because he showed that he could do it. And it's
yeah.
weird. I have a love-hate relationship with how good this match was. I love it and I hate it at the same time. I love it because Nick Aldis deserved the right to shine because he's that damn good and showed it in this match. Gunther did get the win. I knew it was going to happen. But what I hate about it is they made Nick Aldis look great. And I wish they had done the same for Adam Pearce. And I wish they had done the same for Pat McAfee in his match with Gunther. I felt like those guys, it's like that Nick Aldis thing. It's like you had it in you all along to do this, to book this right.
well, Adam Pearce has never had a match on WWE programming.
Well, he did with Roman Reigns, and they basically jobbed him.
Hmm.
It was during the
What?
pandemic. It was during the pandemic because they didn't have a lot of people. So they just threw something in there because
During the pandemic, Roman Reigns didn't wrestle.
no, towards the end he did when he won the Universal title and they were still in the Thunderdome. That's what I'm referring to. As he became the champ and they put it in later, they were still adding in people because some people still didn't want to come to work. But anyway, that's another story. But Gunther did it. There was an amazing match. Loved every sec. Loved it. Gunther got the win, so I got a point finally. So I was happy. But again, Nick Aldis showcasing what he can do. Mickey James coming in after that with his son was great, and then of course, Nick Aldis got to have a showing the next day and give us a little bit of a special gift. We'll get to in a moment. But yeah, but yeah, great match. Loved it.
Yeah, some people don't call that a gift, by the way. Some people call it a curse, but we'll get to not only that curse, but the curse of the Human Monies match. What a great, we have so much to get to, guys. Fatal Influence. Listen, things happen. JC Jane gets the pin on Paige, if I'm correct, if I rewatch that correctly, right? And at the end, Paige gets decked by the Bella Twins. What is happening here? I thought we were going to see kind of like one go against the other, but it looks like they're teaming up with each other. Booch, your thoughts?
Called it. I called
Yeah.
it on the show. I said Paige's gonna eat the pin. The Bellas were gonna turn on her. I knew it was a matter of time. Called it. So I knew Fatal Influence was gonna win. This was literally like my shining moment. Period. I not only called the winners, I called the finish and the post beat down afterwards. So knew it was gonna happen because again they're gonna separate themselves from Paige. What I want to see though is again I want to see the Bella Twins get those tag belts before they leave. Again, together they need at least one run, even if it's a month. They need to have those belts around their waist, and because I feel it. So, love the match. Not a big fan of Fatal Influence, but knew they were going to win, so I took my win and I was happy. But
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I'm going to say I like Fatal Influence. And I'll tell you why. Because they're running a women's faction the way a women's faction should be run. They got the tag team that now have the championships. And now, a week and a half later, we got on SmackDown, we ended up with JC Jane winning the U.S. title.
Ooh, I didn't see
So,
that.
I didn't see it either. They put the U.S. title on her?
yes.
Wow.
It is all three of them are now holding gold. It is a fucking faction done right.
Wow. They believe in it. Look, I mean, they put the money where the mouth is when you put the strap on. Wait, pause. Pause. When
You
the
heard it here. You heard it here. Wenz likes it when women use a strap on.
Hey, I edit the show. That's not going to make the final cut. I might forget to cut that out.
That's not human monies. That's only fan monies.
Only fan monies. Lots of the monies. Oh, that's great. I might forget to edit that out altogether. Ratings boost. Ratings boost. When they put the strap,
that right there will be one of the little cut scenes that you put you share to advertise the episode.
somehow I get involved in politics in 20 years and they isolate that. Well, they believe in it. When they put the strap on the members, it makes sense. Wait, the members. Okay. All right. Let's move on here. CM Punk
Rubber members
defeating Cody Rhodes and a special guest appearance by the aforementioned Randy Orton. This is a big match to have right before Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, right? And the longest match of night one at an not even, 10 seconds over 30 minutes, but a 30-minute match. Wowzers, Batman. This was one of those, Desmond, to your point, where even though I think I picked CM Punk, did I? Let me double check. Yes. Me and you selected CM Punk, Des, and Booch went out on a limb and selected Cody. I was like watching this and like, oh man, I'm gonna lose. Yes. Oh man, I'm gonna lose. Yes. Back and forth, back and forth. Your thoughts on this, Des, and then Booch will get to you.
I think. I mean, I had a feeling that Punk was going to win. Okay, I didn't have any issues with that. I was a little surprised at how it happened. Not mad, mind you, just surprised. Having Randy Orton come back at the end of that match, I love it. I fucking love it. The whole match was great. And Randy coming back to start the rivalry there, which also takes Cody away from the world title picture to continue his feud with Randy. So storytelling, it does so much the way that they did that. All in all, great match, the right ending. Vinny didn't get a point. It was a good time.
Dots connected here in Wen's world. I love it. Booch, your thoughts.
To quote the great Roddy Piper, old school's cool. That was the closest we're going to get to an old school match in WWE. That was a beautiful work of art. The moment I saw CM Punk do that head scissor takeover, which I haven't seen since the 80s or the early 90s in WCW, I'm like, oh shit, this is about to get real. In fact, the only bad spot in the match was the botched moonsault by CM Punk. That's really the only bad moment.
When was that?
Punk goes
I don't remember being.
Yeah, he goes for a moonsault, but he basically did what Kurt Angle did to Mr. Anderson in TNA, landed on his face. His leg landed on his face instead of chest on chest.
Was that when he hurt his knee?
Well, he hurt the knee earlier in the match with earlier because Cody was working on it, but then the knee hit his face, so Punk starts selling it because he's trying to cover up the fact he just botched the moonsault.
Ah, okay.
That was a cover up, and the refs are trying, and the commentators do everything they can to cover it up, but we have eyes. That was a botch a mile away. But outside of that, the match itself was beautiful. I want to call it the match of the night, but but if I do, it would be the match of this night because The overall show, there's another match that definitely tops this. But
I'll say it was the match of the night. It was not the match of the show. There is a
Yeah,
difference.
exactly, because usually when you say match of the night, you're thinking of the overall show. But I want to remind people there's 2 nights, so I'm referring to this night. I want to clarify that. I'm referring to this night.
Clearly, Booch is waiting to talk about Charlotte Flair to talk about the match of the night because that's
hell yeah,
of course, yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think we all agree.
We all know he's crushing on her.
Oh, big time. It's sad at this point. He's a big time simp for Charlotte Flair. But I mean, hey, everybody has their vice, and that's his. Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar. This match, what they did in under 12 minutes was unbelievable. Like this match had everything. Hell in a Cell, outside the match, inside the match, ripping the damn canvas off, floorboards exposed. Like it had everything. And the one thing that bothered me though, and I will die on this sword, is how many F5s does it take? Like the tombstone. We have to. Can we bring sanity back to wrestling?
Here's the thing about that. I would normally agree with you, but in this particular case, the whole point of this was to make Oba look unstoppable. That is the whole point.
So it works.
Yeah. It's one of those deals where Oba is being pushed to be the next Brock Lesnar. You don't want the next Brock Lesnar to look weak. So he had to take all of Brock's best and still win the match. And that's what that was about. That was telling a story in this particular case.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I'm almost there, Booch. Help me to cross the line. Help me to cross
I'll say this. If Brock Lesnar won the match, I would be with you. But because Oba won, it was all part of the story and done right.
Yeah, and it works because he's a big giant monster. Because there's a lot of AEW sickos online, and that's what Tony calls those fans, by the way. That's their nickname for themselves. The sickos online were bitching about it because everyone complains about the no selling in AEW. It's like, look, this is a no sell to build a freaking monster. You guys have people 100 pounds soaking wet, trading Canadian destroyers back and forth. It's not the same thing. We're not the same world here, okay? You have guys 100 pounds, no selling a muscle buster from Samoa Joe. We have 2 big motherfuckers. One hits an F5 and the big motherfucker gets up. Like, if Brock did that to Orange Cassidy, the sumbitch wouldn't move. You understand that point? There's a different playing field here.
I still think, what did he have, 4 or 5 F5s and a tombstone? I mean, again, that's just I'll die on the sword, and it's an unpopular one.
If I'm going to complain about anything, it would be 2 things. 1, the fact that Brock kicked out of the fall from grace. And 2, when Oba hit the last one, it was on the canvas and not the wood.
Yeah, you got to do it on the wood.
Like, come on!
I agree with that.
That did you look like a what?
Did you see the look on Brock's face when he looked over at it? He's like, "Yeah, thank you for not putting me on that."
Oh yeah, no, Brock was totally grateful for it. I'm sure Oba did that out of respect, but as fans, we're like, "It's right there.
Make it happen."
He literally dropped you on your head on the wood, and you're like. You can tell Oba just did that because Brock's like, look, it's my last match. I just want to go home. Let me go home in one piece with no broken bones. And Oba's like, all right, fine, you're jobbing to me. It's the least I can do. That's how I'm looking at it.
I get it. You guys are helping me to see the reasoning behind it. It's one of those old school biases that I have, man. And maybe it will change over time.
Baron Corbin still protects his finish, so we're good.
Speaking of him, let's get to him. He's our second match in night 2. That was night 1. Here we go.